Summary of Main Street Millionaire: How to Make Extraordinary Wealth Buying Ordinary Businesses. Introduction: The Hidden Potential in Ordinary Businesses. In Main Street Millionaire, Preston J. Scott explores the idea that wealth creation doesn't require a groundbreaking innovation or starting from scratch. Instead, it's about buying existing businesses, often in local communities, and transforming them into profitable, thriving enterprises. Scott argues that many people overlook these opportunities, focusing instead on building a business from the ground up or investing in flashy, high-risk ventures. However, by acquiring small, ordinary businesses, entrepreneurs can unlock a more predictable and sustainable path to financial success. Scott's concept revolves around a powerful yet simple idea: purchasing existing businesses that may not be excelling but have significant untapped potential. With the right approach, any business, no matter how small, can be improved and turned into a long-term wealth-building machine. Through his experience, Scott outlines the steps, strategies, and mindset required to make extraordinary wealth by buying ordinary businesses. Why ordinary businesses hold extraordinary potential. The first part of Scott's argument revolves around the idea that many businesses, particularly in local communities, are undervalued. These businesses are often running under the radar, and their potential is not recognized by the public or prospective buyers. Scott explains that an ordinary business, when assessed and improved correctly, can provide substantial returns on investment. Scott focuses on businesses in everyday industries, like retail, restaurants, and service-based companies, that have the potential for growth but are either stagnating or underperforming. These businesses have existing customer bases, stable revenue streams, and operational structures, making them ideal for acquisition. Rather than inventing a new business from scratch, which is time-consuming and risky, buying a small, underperforming business allows entrepreneurs to take a proven model and turn it into a more profitable venture with strategic improvements. Moreover, the cost to acquire these businesses is often lower than starting a new venture. For example, buying a local restaurant or a small retail shop can be significantly less expensive than launching a brand new restaurant or store from the ground up. This lower acquisition cost makes small businesses accessible for many individuals who might not have the capital to start a business from scratch. Thus, the core idea is to focus on businesses that have the potential for operational improvements and growth, without the risk and uncertainty of creating a new business concept. Chapter 1: Understanding the Market and Identifying Opportunities. In the first chapter, Scott outlines the process of identifying profitable businesses for purchase. He stresses the importance of understanding the local market and researching different industries to spot undervalued businesses. This is where many entrepreneurs go wrong. They focus solely on high-growth sectors like tech and overlook more traditional industries where stable businesses are hiding. Scott emphasizes that the best opportunities often lie in industries that are essential to daily life. Think local restaurants, dry cleaners, hardware stores, or service businesses like landscaping and pest control. These businesses may not be glamorous, but they provide essential services, and the demand for them remains consistent. To find these businesses, Scott recommends doing a combination of research and networking. Potential buyers should engage with business brokers, check online marketplaces, attend industry events, and leverage personal connections within their local communities. These methods will help uncover business opportunities that might not be widely advertised but could be highly profitable. The key takeaway from this chapter is that successful entrepreneurs are not necessarily those who chase the latest trends, but those who can spot hidden gems in everyday industries. By identifying businesses with untapped potential and long-term viability, you can secure valuable assets with significant growth opportunities. Chapter 2: The Acquisition Process: How to Buy a Business. Once you've identified a business for sale, Scott stresses the importance of understanding how to go about acquiring it. This chapter walks the reader through the entire acquisition process, from assessing the business's value to closing the deal. Due diligence. One of the first steps is conducting thorough due diligence. This process involves researching the business's financials, operations, and market position. A buyer must examine the business's balance sheet, income statement, and tax returns to understand its profitability and identify any potential financial red flags. It's also essential to assess customer demographics, market conditions, and local competition to determine the business's long-term sustainability. Valuation. Next, Scott discusses how to value a business. He explains different valuation techniques, including asset-based, income-based, and market-based methods. Each approach provides a different perspective on the value of the business, and it's important to consider all of these methods to arrive at a fair purchase price. Negotiation. Scott advises that the purchase price is often negotiable. Even if the seller has set an asking price, there's typically room for negotiation based on the findings from the due diligence process. He encourages buyers to be patient and assertive during negotiations to ensure they are getting the best deal possible. Financing the deal. In terms of financing, Scott outlines several options. Traditional financing through banks is one method, but other alternatives include seller financing, where the seller agrees to finance part of the purchase price, using the business's assets as collateral, or raising funds from investors. Scott recommends exploring all options to ensure the best possible financing structure for the acquisition. Chapter 3. Turning the business around. After acquiring a business, the next crucial step is turning it around and making improvements that will increase its value. Scott provides several strategies for enhancing business operations, increasing profitability, and creating sustainable growth. Operational efficiency. A common issue with struggling businesses is inefficiency. Scott advocates for streamlining business operations to reduce costs and increase profitability. This might involve cutting unnecessary expenses, improving inventory management, automating processes, or renegotiating supplier contracts. Customer experience. Another key area of focus is improving the customer experience. Scott explains that even small changes, such as upgrading the store layout, offering better customer service, or creating loyalty programs, can have a significant impact on customer satisfaction and retention. Staff training and motivation. Scott emphasizes the importance of investing in employees. Providing training to improve skills and creating a positive workplace culture can lead to better service, higher productivity, and lower turnover rates. Marketing. In this chapter, Scott also highlights the importance of effective marketing. For many businesses, the existing customer base may be loyal, but attracting new customers is critical for growth. Scott recommends reevaluating marketing strategies. From updating the website to implementing social media campaigns, email marketing, and local advertising. Financial management. Scott discusses the importance of maintaining strong financial controls. By closely monitoring cash flow, reducing unnecessary debt, and focusing on profit margins, business owners can ensure that the business becomes more financially stable and profitable over time. Chapter 4. Scaling up the business. Once the business has been stabilized and is operating efficiently, Scott explains that it's time to think about growth. Scaling up a business can take many forms, from opening additional locations to diversifying the product or service offering. Scott talks about the importance of creating a growth strategy that doesn't overwhelm the business. Expanding too quickly can lead to operational difficulties and financial strain. Instead, he advises a more measured approach, gradually increasing revenue streams, expanding into new markets, or even franchising the business model. In this chapter, Scott also discusses the concept of automation and delegation. As the business owner, Your role may shift from managing day-to-day operations to overseeing strategic initiatives and ensuring that the business continues to grow and thrive. Delegating operational tasks to trusted managers or hiring key employees allows the owner to focus on the big picture. Chapter 5. Building a Portfolio of Businesses. A major theme of Main Street Millionaire is the concept of creating a portfolio of businesses. Scott discusses how entrepreneurs who successfully turn around one business can use the profits to acquire more businesses, building a diverse and stable portfolio. By diversifying across different industries, business owners can create multiple streams of income, reducing their financial risk and increasing their wealth-building potential. Scott provides insights on managing multiple businesses, explaining that it requires strong systems in place to ensure smooth operations. He also emphasizes the importance of having the right team, including financial managers, operations specialists, and marketing experts to handle different aspects of the businesses. Chapter 6. The Mindset of a Main Street Millionaire. Finally, Scott discusses the mindset required to succeed as a Main Street millionaire. He stresses that success in business is not about taking huge risks or relying on luck, but about patience, persistence, and smart decision-making. Scott encourages readers to be prepared for challenges and setbacks and to stay focused on their long-term goals. Successful business owners, according to Scott, are adaptable, continuously learning, and willing to put in the effort to improve both their businesses and themselves. He also emphasizes the importance of financial literacy, networking with other entrepreneurs, and maintaining a positive attitude even when things don't go as planned. Conclusion: Achieving financial freedom through business acquisition. In the concluding chapters of Main Street Millionaire, Scott reiterates the idea that acquiring and improving existing businesses is one of the most reliable ways to build wealth. By purchasing ordinary businesses and applying the strategies outlined in the book, entrepreneurs can achieve extraordinary financial success. Scott leaves readers with a clear call to action. If you want to build wealth and secure financial freedom, the time to start is now. By identifying undervalued businesses, improving their operations, and scaling them up, anyone can follow the path to becoming a Main Street millionaire. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Let us know which book you'd like us to cover next in our video. We'd love to hear your thoughts and recommendations for our next summary.